Hello, everyone. So I want to talk about being a man with a plan. If you have good planning, you'll be able to not only go through life easier, but relationships as well. And then I'm going to talk to you about how to get over that approach anxiety or talking to women. And when you have a plan and you have the ability to confidently speak to a woman or just anybody in general, things are going to go much, much easier from you. So let's get into it. People watching on YouTube, people on Facebook, for all my guys out there, I want to ask you and really think about this. You can take some time. Do you actually enjoy your life truthfully? Now, I'm not just talking about saying I had a good time last night or I went on a trip or I did a couple cool things, but are you actually fulfilled with what you've done in life so far? You can think about that and you can really ask yourself, do I have some life goals? Is there some things I can improve upon? I think no matter how good we're doing, we can always improve upon something. That's just being human. So to ask yourself, do I enjoy your life truthfully? To me, I always want to grow and expand and get better. And then that asks, where do I see myself in the future? Because if I'm going to get better, I want to be better in the future. So when employers say, where do you see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now? Sometimes you chuckle, and I get that. But here's the thing. When you're thinking about it, really think, well, where do I want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, job-wise, relationship-wise, health-wise? And when I think about the future, you have to start with now. When there's long-term and short-term planning, what are everyday problems you can solve? Can I get in better shape? Can I be better at conversations? Can I be more confident around the opposite sex? Can I be more charming with people? What could you improve upon? What are some problems that you might be able to solve? And then sometimes what happens is our friends, our family, our neighbors, people in our support group who do want to help us sometimes, pull us down. Even if they're being friendly, they're saying all the reasons you can't do something, all the reasons you won't be able to do something, all the reasons you shouldn't. And even if they're well-meaning, sometimes listening to them isn't going to make you happy. It may make them happy, but it's your life. It's your destiny. What do you want to accomplish? Or maybe you're thinking, hey, they're saying it's not possible for me to achieve this money or to have this relationship goal. Or do you think it actually is possible? Just you yourself, watching this video, no peer pressure. You can ask, do you wish to have an extraordinary life? Do you want to have an amazing future? Do you want to have some, relationships with people who are attractive, honest? Do you want to find a woman who's attractive, who's honest, who's marriage-minded from Odessa, Ukraine? Because that's possible. Now, if you say yes, write down an effective plan from beginning to end. Because when you have a plan, long-term and short-term, you can get there faster. Take some time, get a pen, get a piece of paper, write down your dreams, your goals, your desires, or just all of them. Combine all of them. Take some time, even pause this video, write down your dreams, goals, desires. Write them all down. And after you've done that, you can start the video again. What do you truly want in this world? What do you want to accomplish? Where do you want to be? Who do you want to be with? And maybe you're thinking now, a good question, what's missing in your life? So when we write down everything, goals, dreams, and desires, we can see, oh, this is missing. I'm not in as good a shape as I want to be. I don't have this relationship I want. So then we go to step 2 as part of the plan. You got to write about your responsibilities to do. What are you going to do and your solutions for your problems you face every day? Because if you know what those are, then you can solve them. Then you can come up with concrete plans. So first you need to identify what you need to do or what you need to solve to reach your dreams, goals, and desires. And that can be anything from just getting in better shape to getting over approach anxiety to talking to people better. And how can you move to the next level? How can you get to the next step so you can find your destiny, your fate? What do you have to do to get there? Short terms. So step 3, there's always going to be money involved. In short-term, long-term goals, how much money you're going to need for your dreams, your goals, your desires. So you can do some research. You can calculate costs. You can even talk to someone who's good at, calculating everything monetary-wise, accountant, and figure out How much is it going to cost for a round-way airline ticket to Odessa, Ukraine, to get a hotel, to get an apartment, to get food, dates? Maybe you're getting translation services from Elizabeth or another translator for a dating agency. Maybe getting a K1 finance visa petition, engagement ring, and so on. Because when you make the decision, you do have to figure out, what am I going to do monetary-wise? It's great to have goals, dreams, and desires, but you also have the concrete financial backing to them. And also, is there anything else valuable for your dreams, goals, and desires? Figure that out. Remember, money's a tool to get you somewhere and to get some things done. In and of itself, it's a tool. It's a tool to help you get to where you want, and it's a means to an end. And when you realize that, you can go to step 4. You have to give up something. Maybe it's your job that's holding you back. Maybe you have to give up, some certain habits. What can you lose? What can you do without? That's a big question you have to ask yourself. What am I prepared to give up? What am I prepared to sacrifice? Can you, especially if you're not happy with it, you don't have to settle for it. Can you find something better? Can you find something more fulfilling that really, really makes you excited? That really, really makes you, you feel alive. That's what life's about. We don't want to be stuck in something that we dread doing for years and years and years, especially if it's not conducive to helping us reach our goals, dreams, and desires. So step 5, get that pen back out. Start writing 4 lists for your upcoming vacation in Odessa, Ukraine. So let's start with the first list. For the first list, what do you need to do before you go to the airport where you live? That's extremely important. I can't emphasize this enough. Why? Because you have to let your bank or credit union know that you're going to be using your debit card in Odessa. You don't want to be there and not have access to funds. You also want to let Elizabeth or another translator know about your flight schedule so they can meet you there so you can get help. Also, are there any other concerns, issues? Did you bring along, all the clothes you need? Did you bring all the resources you need? These are extremely important. So knowing that you'll be able to spend money, as we talked about, everything needs money, knowing that you can meet the translator there, and knowing that you're going to have the ability to just have enough resources there, clothes-wise, everything you've packed. So that's the first list. The second list is what items you need to take for your upcoming trip there. And that you can figure out, like, okay, I need toothpaste, I need this, maybe I need some toiletries. Maybe you need some things for sentimental value, some books to keep you entertained as well. So make that second list. The third list is, what do you plan to buy while you're there in Odessa? Do you want to get some souvenirs? If you're going to come back, what do you want to purchase there? After you've done some research, you'll probably find some things you want to purchase. Even if you're going, as a tourist at some places, you purchase things. And finally, the fourth and final list. What do you plan or hope to do after you receive your trip and you return back to the U.S., Canada, Australia, South Africa, whatever Western country you're in? What do you plan to get out of that? Think about that. Make those 4 lists. Take time. Pause the video. Then let's go to 6, the last step of your plan. Hopefully by now, you've got past all the anxiety, everything. You have your list. You're ready. You've been to Odessa, Ukraine even. And you might want to do repeating trips to Odessa so you can find your future wife. So, are you willing to continue traveling there until you meet and grow your connection with her? You want to keep this going. What other countries are you interested in traveling? Is it by yourself, or do you want to take her on some travels? Do you think that you can pick one woman for serious commitment or marriage? It's great to have somebody who's just by your side. And who is that one woman? And how would you feel if you, start dating different people from Elizabeth's dating agency, exploring different things, places, foods, taking a look at different options? And here's what I'd say with all of this. If you have good long-term and short-term planning, then you're going to be able to have an amazing relationship. Why? Because everything in life, even if it's something small like you plan to do today, plan to take a shower, eat breakfast, eat lunch, all that, that's short-term planning. but ultimately you want to have a long-term plan, a goal that's bigger than yourself. When you combine those two things and you do it well, that's, in my opinion, how people succeed in business, in health, and in their relationships. And I would just say, as an idea, if you want to enjoy the rest of your life 100%, be original, be organized, be clear with your long-term plan as much as you can. And another big thing is, as I talked about your neighbors, friends, don't let anyone or anything or externalities give you confusion, distract you, give you discouragement, fear, manipulation. Because here's the problem. Here's the issue. A lot of people are going to tell you why things can't work, and they've done this for me my whole life, and I'm sure you've experienced this. It's too far, the language, this, what if this happens, what if that happens. Life is filled with what ifs. Fear, as I say, don't let anyone give you fears. False expectations appearing real more often than not. And while it's a useful tool in dangerous situations, most of the time it can hold you back from what you want. They surveyed a lot of people on their deathbed saying, hey, what is one thing you wish you would have done more? And the first thing is spent more time with their loved ones, not work so hard. The second one was, I wish I would have taken more risks. Don't be the person who, regrets not taking risks. And just as a final thing on this, being a man with a plan, more Western American, Canadian, European, and Australian men, as you're interested in dating Ukrainian women, as you and your male friends, feel comfortable to do that, there's going to be a lot of options. The best thing, though, to really, really get started and to not be confused is go to Foreign Web Chat. Check them out on YouTube, on Facebook. That's Foreign Web Chat. Not only can Elizabeth help you with all the travel arrangements and everything, but you can get paid video chats, free video chats, travel to Odessa, Ukraine, build serious relationships with Ukrainian ladies. And if you're wondering how to get started as well, phone number wise, if you want to find true love there, you can check out the WhatsApp phone numbers at 252-204-5601. And also the second number is 380-93-238-1355. That's Foreign Chat Web Business. So let's take a look at the second thing. So you're a man with a plan. We've talked about everything, long-term, short-term planning. But here's the thing. A lot of guys get stuck. They might watch this video. They've done all the lists. They've done everything, but then they don't take action. Why is it that we don't take action? Because I see a lot of people have all the tools, everything, but they get fear of, approaching, fear, anxiety, and they get fear to just even talk to someone, even if it's over the internet. So let's talk about getting over your fears. Let's talk about how to really, no pun intended, man up and start talking to women. And I know that's tough. I know that's difficult. I've been there, trust me, and I'll just give you my story. So, throughout high school, I was a fairly nerdy guy. I was afraid to talk to women, even when I did. Sometimes I got rejected, and I said, well, I'm getting in the friend zone too much, and it's not working out, the way I thought it would, and maybe I'll just kind of give up. And then what happened was, after high school, I started to kind of, meet friends who were, good with women, who were good with talking to women, and it changed a lot of things. But one thing I started to do was not worry about things so much, not worry about what people thought of me, not worried about, what so-and-so says or so-and-so thought. It comes down to a lot of, like I was talking about, being a man with a plan. Your neighbors, your friends, a lot of people are going to put you down and say, hey, it's not going to work. And I was doing that to myself. Not only was I doing that to myself, I was bringing down people around me because I just didn't think it was possible. Like, other people could do it, other people could talk to women, but it was just impossible for me. And I didn't know really what to do. For the most part, I was kind of lost in the sauce. So what happened was I I hung around, people who were really really good at talking to women. And not only that, but I kind of just noticed that if I approach women and speak with confidence and not worry about the end result, like I'm shooting this video now, talking to you guys now. If I was worried that the video wasn't good, then I would turn things off. I would be worried. I wouldn't be looking at the camera sometimes. I'd be scared, or it's just a whole slew of things. And a lot of people, when they say, oh, approach anxiety, how do you get over it? Just to start approaching and start having confidence, there's really no magical thing you have to do. There's really no magical way to get over it. You just have to approach, not worry about the outcome, and not worry that it's going to go bad. Why do I say that? Because it's a zero-sum game. You're not going to lose anything. You can honestly say that, hey, if I approach and she says no, I'm in the same position I was before. She said no, I was single then, I'm still single. But if she says yes, it's a one-up game. It's kind of like if I came to you and said, hey, I want you to invest in something. You don't have to pay any money, or you pay very little money. But if you win, you could be a millionaire, or you could have a shot at being a millionaire. But if you lose, nothing bad's going to happen. I started realizing that, like, I'm in the same position I was now. I didn't have a date with her then, and if she says no, I didn't have a date with her now. But the more and more I stopped caring about the result and just said, hey, I'm going to go and do my own thing. I'm not going to worry so much about, what she thinks, or what my friends said, or what I think, or what peer pressure said, or, does she like my clothes? Does she like the way I look? Does she, care about all that stuff like that? The more confident I felt, the more confident I acted. And then that I also built it on my, other parts of my life. I started going to the gym. I started getting in shape. I started, modifying my appearance, looking better, figuring out what styles look good. And then it just kind of came to the point where I could be confident, I could be relaxed, and women would want to talk to me, actually, as opposed to the opposite before, where I was trying to chase, trying to pursue, trying to like her. Hey, can I get you this? Can I buy you this thing? Why don't you like me? Can I text you or call you a bunch of times? The more I didn't care, and I know this sounds counterintuitive, the more I was relaxed about it, the more I just knew things were going to work, the more things worked. And if you're wondering how to approach women, how to have confidence, whether it's online, you're talking to them, or whether you go to Odessa, Ukraine, and you're talking to them, talking to multiple people, just don't put emphasis on this interaction has to go this way. I always liked one thing one guy said who was good with women: if you knew you were going to get her regardless, like you knew she's going to say yes and you were going to get the date, and you knew she was going to, just love you, how would you act? And if you act funny enough, like she's already attracted, or it doesn't matter if she is, there's that energy of he really, doesn't care, he's not clingy, that really makes it work. So that's my advice on how to be a man with a plan and how to have confidence when you approach and speak to women. So if you have that confidence now, if you're ready to jump and take the leap, check out Foreign Web Chat on Facebook and YouTube. Hey, I was a nerdy guy. I was afraid to talk to women. Now it's super easy for me. Now I'm making plans in different parts of my life, and you can too. Start by making a plan by calling 1-252-204-5601 on WhatsApp, or another number to give you is 380-93238-1355. Guys who are watching on YouTube and Facebook, be a man with a plan, and also have no fear, because when you're relaxed, when you're confident, it's a lot easier to have confidence and to approach women. And I wish you the best of luck in both those endeavors. Thank you for watching.